So, when
I
last
mean,
we left off with our intrepid adventurers, what happened with you guys?
Uh,
Brenda burned down a church.
Brennan ain't do shit.
I meant the group.
You did. You got to meet.
and horror ensued.
You got to meet your wonderful new knight friend. This one slightly more surly than the others.
Mm-hmm.
Who?
Oh, and he sounded like a little kid.
Oh no, I meant you.
Oh yeah.
Who
We met
then
Olin.
joined the investigation to find Father Fanarin. Unfortunately, Father Fanarin did not seem too happy to see you. You found some of his various notes and things to show that he had been praying for some time, and it seemed as though his prayers had been answered by something. But you're not sure what. In the fight, he seemed to use powers of the divine. But for some reason, throughout that, Brenna's newfound psychic powers seemed to be showing some sort of odd energy. And when struck with that energy too much, Father Fanarin changed. He became possessed. And then, as you saw the image of Kriak's demon form, you fought Father Fanarin anew. After slaying him, you got to hear the slow tread of boots overhead before the crashing of furniture and the breaking of windows. That's when you found Orin upstairs with a giant body and the voice of a child. And he told you he was
It
there
was
to...
Olin, right?
Yes, Olin, my bad.
Okay.
He was there to erase the memory of Father Fanarin. And when Halbarad came out to see him, he smiled and lit the church on fire.
You've got some explaining, Halbarad.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck that was.
But it looked like he knew you.
Yeah. I mean, if that is who they say they are, that's a friend of mine, but I haven't seen him in, I don't even know, it's been years. He was not doing okay. Last time I saw him, there was an accident and kind of gestured to my face with my metal hand.
Also with fire?
Yes, no, maybe.
The memories are broken up.
It's confusing. I just know that I woke up with my face like this and missing a hand, and he was. I mean, if they hadn't told me it was him, I wouldn't have known.
Who did you try to raise from the dead?
No one? What?
Okay, just checking.
Can you raise someone from the dead?
Pass.
I
Okay. But yeah, I don't know what the fuck that thing was, but that's not Olin. I mean, he didn't even sound like that last time I saw him. Well, before the accident.
You
when I hear Leaf bring up something about bringing people back from the dead, I really start paying attention to their conversation.
everyone roll me perception. Well, look at that.
I can't see shit.
I know some things, but like I don't, you know.
You know things about Olin.
Mhm.
You know, this is almost fitting in all this. How about
Leaf's gonna
Ukrad?
keep this to himself.
I'm working on it. I just got back to my computer.
Multitasking.
I mean, do I
Oh,
need
you
to
probably
like?
weren't reading the chat. I said I was taking a shower because I have to go to
Oh.
bed early tonight.
He was
No.
being kinky and listening to us while naked.
Yeah,
Well, I guess that's a
I would.
choice.
Wait, you guys have clothes on?
No.
Frank, for you it's normal. For Mike, it's just weird.
So
I can neither confirm nor deny this.
ain't no cameras here. What are you, the cops? So while you guys are having this conversation, everyone's mostly engaged in what's going on. But Leaf, in almost a stereotypical manner, the conversation doesn't necessarily hold your interest for long. As your attention begins to waver, your eyes are drawn back towards the flame of the burning chapel. When you were downstairs in the heat of the battle, there was almost a moment where it seemed like there was more to it. Almost a fleeting moment of a passing memory. But now, as the chapel burns, you watch as it collapses inward. And you realize as it's collapsing into the basement that there's a slight tunnel in the basement, in the back of the catacombs of the room that you were fighting Father Fanarin in. You never even went back and got a chance to look at that room, but it seems as though there's a much older rock formation underneath the church.
Leaf's just gonna stop talking like mid-sentence and like start walking towards the tunnel and not say anything.
When the ADD goes, wee!
I don't think we should stay here, to be honest with you.
it would be about the point in which Leaf begins to disappear that everyone's passive perceptions would kind of begin to kick in out of the conversation to notice that Leaf was missing. And then as you do this, you notice where the flames have almost parted themselves in this moment as it's collapsed to reveal this catacomb beneath the church.
Guys, where the fuck did Leaf go?
He was here a minute ago.
Wait, where is Leaf? 9 passive perception.
Bet these old bones will make great, a great
Is he
base
sneaking
structure
away
for
or
my
just
mushroom.
walking away?
Just walk.
Because I have a 14 passive.
I know, and that's why I was describing the scene of essentially where the church has collapsed in, and there's now no flame where the path to the catacomb is, and there's now a draft coming up. So you have this church essentially burning on either side of this collapse now. But as you enter this small catacomb, it begins to open up again. Before you, the stonework seems extremely old. It looks similar to the Fey ruins that you saw before, but this has more of an elvish flair to it. But it's equally as old.
Is it completely dark down here?
Except for a glow further in.
I'm gonna go ahead and use Produce Flame to pull up some light.
You know, you can grab a torch off the side. You guys always have that capability.
I also, what's that under? You meant the token.
Yeah. It should just be a thing completely on its own. Besides the party token. Here, I'll just... Boop. Here's your torch. Massive vines seem to extend throughout the cavern and the stone. You can see where the water has kind of dripped down here through the ages and pooled in. But it seems like this must have been here long before the church above it.
Does any of this seem familiar to Leaf?
It's a tickle of a whisper of a memory.
Are there words anywhere?
Nothing you can see. But it does seem to be glowing further off.
Could those be luminous mushrooms?
You can't tell for sure, but as you cross the top of the stairwell, you can see these massive trees that have built almost a spider web of roots. Between them, there is this translucent energy that seems to be shielding almost something.
Does it look like a shield or a portal?
Roll me Arcana.
Oh, good. I'm not trained in that.
Come on, natural 20.
I
Oh.
mean,
Dirty
Close
20.
enough.
this isn't any kind of direct magic that you've ever really seen, but it almost seems like a divine magic that's meant to hold something within. To hold it down.
Guys, it seems to run on some form of magic.
Do you want me to poke it?
Leaf, as you look up, you can see where spreading throughout this network of vines is actually some mushrooms. They seem to connect through this spider web of roots that have grown around this shield.
Leaf's gonna pick a few of them. Are they on the ground or do I have to climb up?
It continues from the ground up.
I totally would have climbed to pick some, but I'll just pick some off the ground.
How many do you pick?
Maybe like a dozen or so.
No, you need to give your answer in exact gram.
How about
I was gonna say.
yeah, we'll say like point
a dozen
three.
is perfectly fine. So high or low?
If they're good mushrooms, high. Womp womp.
All right. So as you begin to pick these mushrooms, the energy that is emanating from this portal this shielding energy seems to slowly diminish and fade. But the mushrooms seem to glow slightly.
Okay, Leaf's just without thinking is going to eat one of the mushrooms.
Roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, good. Leaf is gonna turn into a mushroom monster and turn on him.
You weren't here last week. Or 2 weeks ago. Leaf did turn into a mushroom monster.
But did you turn on us?
No, it was just the druid form.
Leaf's eyes begin to glow.
Since Leaf
Their
can't
mouth
see their own eyes, how do they feel?
disappears into the same energy, and you disappear.
Leaf? Ooh, are you there?
He's been summoned. Because he's going to have a moment of a vision.
Uh-oh.
Mm.
Are you, as the only psychic in this situation, going to try and intercede in that as well? Like you did last time?
I think so, because I can try to telepathically connect our minds.
Uh-huh. I know you can. That's why I'm asking in this moment. Because then you get to see.
I'm gonna roll a d6 to see how many hours our connection lasts.
Oh, I
4 hours. I'm gonna connect to Leaf, and I'm gonna connect to Halbarad.
Does everybody
okay.
share it?
I don't know, but I can at least talk to Halbarad through my mind.
Okay. Are you going to actively try and describe what I do? Or what you see?
I think I'm gonna wait and see what's happening before I try to. If it starts getting a little crazy, then yes. If it's just a normal thing, then I'm gonna let Leaf have his privacy, except for me.
Okay. 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 Well then, you're going in with me.
Meta question. Is this
Okay.
a standing there zoning out kind of thing, or is this a fall to the ground twitching situation?
This is kind of going into the avatar state situation.
So he's all glowy, but he doesn't seem distressed.
Yeah, he doesn't seem responsive.
Okay, but
Yeah.
all right.
No, he's just like, whoa. But you are going to actually notice that it seems as though the mushrooms from the roots ripple outward as this happens, and then almost seem to be funneling downward into him. And as this is happening, the magic slowly fades away. But now we'll get to what they say.
I'd be the one in the private chat and wonder what's going on in the other group.
I'm just
man,
having fun watching Halbrod move around as I put the spider on him
I
repeatedly.
realized that in this moment, they're only going to be able to hear me. Because this is a separate channel. So I'm coming through perfectly fine. I don't think you guys are. So we're just going to deal with that and let it be what it is. And I'm making a note of that so that I can look into that in the future.
So you just got to repeat what we say.
Wait, talk.
Hello, hello?
Oh, maybe it is picking you guys up right now. Huh, I'll hope for the best. So, as this glow begins to fill your mind, you are teleported back into a moment. This moment is overlooking what appears to be a devastated elven city. And as you see this devastated city, you see this massive demon fall. And you watch as the flame and smoke from its body slowly sputters out as it utters its last breath. And as it does, you begin to take a step, and then you fall to your knees. And as you do, there's a hand that grabs you. This time, you're able to look over, and you see the same druid that you did before. But this time, you get a little bit of a better look at this wood elf druid. She has this red hair and just smiles. But she seems sad again. And as she slowly lets you down so that you're laying flat, you can see as she's mouthing these words and nodding to you. Roll me insight.
Nailing these rolls.
This time she believes.
Do you want me to roll also, or is it just for him?
Go ahead and roll. This time she's sad, but she believes what's going to happen. She's still extremely sad in this moment, but doesn't know what else to do but accept it.
And this is the elf that was resurrected in the last vision?
Oh, this is the
Well,
perspective of the elf that was resurrected in the last vision.
Gotcha.
And this is the elf that was with them in that moment. And then you see, as another person seems to approach. This one a female. Well, another female, I guess I should say. But this one seems to have a moon curved sword. This one seems to be a hunter, a ranger. And they slowly help take care of you in your last moments. And it begins to fast forward. And in that time, you watch as this human wearing plate armor approaches them. And he seems to be almost a light internally, just a glow in every bit of his movements. And he does his best to comfort them. And you can see he must be telling some sort of bad joke or pun to them. Again, you can't hear the words. But you can tell as everybody seems to almost have a groaning reaction. And he just chuckles. And then slowly you see a flash of arcane energy. And there's a man standing there with thick glasses, adjusting them on his nose. And you see the symbols of flames around his clothing. Roll me religion.
Well,
some of these symbols seem correct, but the story's not. The players are not. This can't be right. the stories that one of you believes is that of the 9, the gods of good were working together. But Calip's a man.
What did you say? After butt?
Calip's a man. Or,
Got it.
Kasira is a man. It's all not right. It doesn't make sense.
I know I rolled low, but I would probably pick up on that because I do worship Caleb.
Uh-huh. That's my point. I was like, man, you rolled terrible, but you're like, wait a minute, that's a chick.
Hold up.
I don't think Leaf would really take too much notice of it because Leaf did,
Yeah.
be in another vision that he went from man to woman and is now man again.
You're just like, oh, okay, sure.
The government
It
trains
happens.
in the gods.
And it
I
doesn't.
guess they got bored and decided to change things up.
But then, as time begins to pass and the mushrooms begin to grow, it seems as though other people show up. You see another holy person, similar to the people from the church that you would see with Father Fanarin, but this person is wearing completely different symbols. But you realize it is just close enough. It has the scales, but there's so much more to it. The regalia seems to be much further detailed. And then you see a thief. A simple, small, halfling thief.
Do they look like Brenna?
Yeah, what does this halfling thief look like?
Like she has vials of poisons on her belt. Daggers. She seems to be an assassin. I mean, it seems like a much lesser grandiose version than the god of thieves, madness, chaos, and disease that has been told in the stories. You can only guess that this is who they call TK. Accompanied by the person that you know as Lennox. The one that in the stories says betrayed everyone. But in this moment, everyone seems happy, content, sad in the moment. But you watch as the energy seems to grow again. But as it does, this time instead of exploding outwards, it grows around the corpse of the demon that was there. And you can see as it seems to bind the energy there. You don't really know what that means. But you watch as it almost seems to use this body for mulch as these great trees begin to grow around it. And as the trees begin to rise and this same network of roots grows, a young man walks out of the bubble. And he stumbles for a moment. And the druid moves up to help catch him. And he just smiles and looks at his oversized clothing. It seems to be smeared in blood. And that's when it all seems to go back to light again. Any questions before you go back in?
Does the young one look similar to Leaf or still different?
Still different. Still very different.
So, and this is definitely like all of the gods that we're hearing about.
Yeah.
Like, these are the deities that are bringing
The
the
symbols seem right, but it's, you know, it's like looking at the anime adaptation of what you had heard about. It's like, what the fuck? You're like, that is not my god. What the fuck is this?
What do you mean Jesus isn't white?
not
We'll grumble.
not fully understanding much about the religion and not being really trained in it, just knowing that Caleb has been the one that she's reached out to when she needed a good hunt. I think in the back of Brenna's mind, she's beginning to wonder if Leaf is not actually part deity.
And then you take a second look at Leaf and you're like, nah.
Nah.
Yeah, this fucking guy? For real? It's the best you could do? What is this, the U.S. Congress?
Come on now. My IQ's not that low.
I love it. So yeah. Now you're gonna get to come back into what I described to the rest of them that they got to see as your consciousness went into this.
Cool.
And I'm back.
Welcome back.
So, as I was saying, you guys see this ripple of movement through the mushrooms as they seem to almost be sucked up into Leaf's body. And as it does, the energy seems to completely fade. And as that happens, you see a wisp of smoke begin to emerge from the connection of roots.
No, thank you.
Is that the guy?
Said we should leave.
Leave?
I
Is that
said
supposed to
we
happen?
should leave.
I think
Was
I think
that the
Brenna
guy?
changes her mind on what she thinks Leaf is now.
Was this the same one I saw or no?
Roll me perception.
Doing well as always.
This is made entirely out of shadow. What you saw was a full demon with wings and claws and horns. But this...
Ghost of a demon.
essentially. The
Hey,
shadow.
Good
of a
seeing you
demon.
again. Leaf waves.
I start backing away slowly.
Does a 19 hit Leaf?
Yes.
I'm so glad you were all backing away slowly. Give me a moment. I have to delete.
Leaf gets backhanded down the stairs.
Essentially, yeah. Alright, so you had a 17.
Then Leaf's just down here in the pool.
And let's follow that entire exchange as everyone rolls initiative.
Was that any damage?
Yes.
Do I want to know?
No.
Motherfucker. Why do I keep rolling threes?
Is
Sleep
this
dead
an
again.
accurate portrayal of your hit points?
Yep, after last
Okay, cool.
session.
Leaf falls unconscious at the bottom of the stairs.
Defend me, Spider.
Cause yeah, that's what that roll tells me.
Okay, so we're running, right? like we're running, right?
Yeah, I was so happy when I read that this monster literally is that. Shadow demons form when exceptionally wicked demons are destroyed and prevented from reconstituting their physical form in the abyss.
That's great for them.
No, it's that wonderful, like,
I'm
wow,
so
look
happy.
at that. It's the exact perfect lore moment that I needed in a creature.
You know,
That's
I'm
so
happy for
awesome.
you. We're gonna run now.
I'm just enjoying like Leaf waving at the demon and the demon like backhanding him down the stairs.
Like, hey, buddy. Ah, I see the torch rolled a 10, huh?
Good job, Torch.
Better than me.
Yeah, that should have been Brenna.
I know. I was changing it. That's...
Man, a fucking torch was better.
I
than
animate.
Colin,
I
right?
left the torch floating there and took off running.
Yeah, that's what happens a lot when somebody ends up holding a torch and everything. Like when they end up clicking their token, it ends up adding the torch to the initiative.
Yeah, I'm a little sad that I can't use one of my psychic dice to add to my initiative score, but it is what it is.
C'est la vie. So,
Bobby.
as you watch Leaf get booted down the stairs, Ocasio, it is your turn.
So I also think we should run. Do I, as a medic, have anything on me that could wake Leaf up so we can run away?
I mean,
Like a smelling salt?
do you have
No.
a med kit?
I mean, I should. I don't know if I do.
you have the combat medic feature?
No.
Okay. Then I believe I think you have a spell as a ranger. Didn't you take one healing spell?
Oh, word, I did.
Okay.
I did. Okay, so I'm gonna step up to Lee. And I didn't know it was like a knocked out, like they have no HP. I didn't know.
Oh yeah, he got
didn't know
0
if I needed
HP
to, like-
knockout.
I got you. Okay, never mind then about the smelling salts. Yeah, I'm going to touch Lee.
That is
12.
12 hit points back. So that is action and some movement. You still have
Yes.
bonus action.
I still have 5.
Wait, did you? Because
30 feet. Because I went 5 feet to touch, and I have 35 feet speed.
mhm.
Are we running? Is that what we're doing? Is that the
I
plan?
vote we run.
Okay.
don't know about anyone else.
I mean, we can try. I don't know if we're gonna outrun this demon, but we can certainly try.
Right. I can't remember. Is dash a bonus action or an action? It's just an action, isn't it? Okay. That's it then.
It's an action unless you're a rogue or a
Well,
monk.
And that is
Right,
why
right, right,
I
right.
also
Or a fighter now.
so one of the things that you also can do is you have 2 free casts of Hunter's Mark per day as a ranger of your level. And
Oh, I know, but I wasn't gonna hunter's mark shit if we're running.
Yeah, but it doesn't cost you a spell slot even for those 2. So
Right.
In case the running turns into it's catching up to us.
So
Okay. Well, sure. I will cast it out of habit, I guess.
do me a favor, okay? Just link, like, VTT, the description for Hunter's Mark for me. Here. If not, I can.
Display.
Yeah,
Is that it?
like the actual
Okay, there we go.
description.
Then there we go. It should be in the
Wonderful.
chat.
So, there is an important aspect of this that everybody always forgets. You also have advantage to find it. That's why I say it might be important.
Right. I just figured.
Bo.
Kazia is going to, or Bo's going to observe what Okazia did and be like, good idea, and run over, slap a hand on Leaf, and Cure Wounds level 1. Just in case we have to fight it, we'd better be higher strength now.
Oh shit, I should. Yes.
But let me move over there so that it's.
Boop. 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 Because all those mushrooms got absorbed. That's better. For
Hmm?
me. That's better. For me. Alright. So what were you doing besides observing?
I observed Ocasio use Cure Wounds, and I'm trying to decide if I run over there or if I have Sasha run over there because it's a touch spell.
Well, there's always putting Sasha on the board. Why did you not put Sasha on the board for that option?
Do I have the option of putting Sasha on the board?
You should.
Okay, I just never occurred to me. I
I'm like,
was
yeah.
like, he's not on the board. I guess he's gone forever.
No.
Object permanence. Sorry.
Well, no, you're above 3, so I hope we have some more object permanence. But yes, you just like you can move it, you should be able to drag it and drop it off the tokens, just like you should be able to put yourself out technically.
Oh.
I'm like, I didn't put the spider on this board. Just so you know.
Yeah, you did, and you made it follow Halberd around.
Oh yeah, totally, absolutely. That's absolutely what I did.
We know.
It was quite hilarious.
For expediency's sake, here is Sasha. Oh, you got it.
Finally figured it out.
You finally got it.
Sorry.
Oh, here, I'm going to move Sasha up in front of you instead of that. No, there's a wall there.
Oh.
That wall, Sasha.
Damn. You have to follow actual rules. Anyway. So yes, Sasha could move 2 squares and aggressively hop against him to cast Cure Wounds.
Okay. I
Doing
believe
like
in
that double paw bounce that dogs do.
it. Yep.
Yeah, but he little guy.
Oh,
so
who's
he's
a good
very,
boy?
So anyway, Sasha, and then I'll just roll the. Well, hold on. One of the. Do I reroll one of those, or is it only when I'm using the healing kit?
I don't believe so. Is it 1 and 2s?
No, I thought I got a 1 and a 2.
On that 12? Currently it shows
Oh,
a
no, I
7,
didn't read
so-
that correctly. This is like a 7 or something.
Yeah, it's a 7 and 2 plus 3. It says.
I also don't have eyes. Don't worry about it.
So 12 more to leave.
And then I'll have Sasha come back to me, and if he has enough movement,
Back up to
hop
full.
up. And then I will move.
Okay. Did you have any bonus action just to make sure?
Let me. No, because I've already cast a spell. Or yeah. Because healing word is leveled, etc., right?
Yeah, it'd have to be a cantrip bonus action at that point.
Yeah, so no thanks. Sorry. I was just gonna run towards the staircase.
Okay. Alright. Then it's Leaf's turn.
So is this demon like floating above the ground, or are they kind of like?
Hovering.
Okay, so entangle probably would not work.
It's a reasonable assumption.
Actually,
Brenna, you good? You ready to run?
I can probably outrun all of you, so if we're running, just say the word.
Okay, I was debating on staying here a turn to try to protect you so you can get a head start. Do you want me to just run?
That thing just bitch slapped you unconscious. You should run.
I'm sure it was nothing personal.
I don't think it matters if it's personal or not.
Okay, fair enough. I'm running. Let's see if there's anything I want to do other than just run. Yeah, no, we're just gonna do a double run.
Okay. You watch as the monster seems to step back into the shadows and fade.
Did we just unleash it?
Nope. It went invisible.
Yeah, maybe it took a nap.
Brenna.
Alright, in Halbarad's head, I'm going to say, bad news, bad news, bad news. It's time to get out of here. And I'm going to move my 30 feet this way. And I will bonus action dash. And if I will hold my action, if it comes back within 60 feet of me, I'm going to Psychic Blade it.
Okay. That makes it Ukrad. Oh yeah. I guess these ones will begin to fade. I'll do that at the next initiative.
So is it down the stairs now?
It's invisible.
Or did it just disappear? Okay, that's worse.
It went into the dark, stepped back in there where it was dark, and has a bonus action.
I
dim
get it.
light
I get it. I don't like it. All right, I just hate to move. Yes. I should probably use second wind. Or wait, hang on. I might be misreading this. No, I've already used all of my second wind. Scratch that.
You did regen a lot in the last fight.
Yeah. It was saying one use, but it was saying that's how much one use heals. So I have 0 uses left. Okay. I'm just gonna hold my action, which is Booming Blade. And I'm gonna stay right here. Maybe I'll step a little closer to the steps. Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna hold my action. Anything that moves gets smashed.
Anything in range gets the smash. Halbarad.
That's me. I hide Buddy in my armor and I'm going to cast light on my right hand. So I'm emitting 20 feet of bright light and an extra 20 feet of dim light. Because that thing is shadows. Don't like that. And then... Whoop. I'm stuck behind Bo. I'm gonna start running over here. And that's kind of all I can do right now.
You know, just for myself. I'm gonna do this.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, Rod, you're glowing.
Yep, and we're running. It's
The
bad.
magic
I'm going to dash.
continues to fade.
Okay. End my turn.
Yes. For some people, that definitely mattered. So you're just running GTFO?
Yep.
Okay. Bo.
They regret their decision to no longer be within sight of Ukrad, and move. Hold on. 10 feet. Hold on. I should have checked this before to see. Yeah. Healing word Ukrad, and then I've taken 10 feet of movement, but I'm healing word's a bonus action, so I
Yeah.
move dash 40 feet. Or
Okay.
no, 50 feet, 50 feet.
Yeah.
So.
Do it.
I think one of those was a 1, actually.
Let's see. Yes, it was.
So I'll just roll a d4. Woo! So,
Nice.
So 11.
11. Yeah. And then run. I'll figure out how far away that is. Yeah. I think I can make it to here. And Sass is just on my square, but he's next to me for clarity purposes.
Okay. Then that makes it Leaf's turn.
Ukrod, we're running. Just double move.
I will move when you little girls get out of the way.
Look around. We did get out of the way.
Okay then.
All right.
Hey,
that's-
Leaf, how about a deal? We don't touch or eat the random magical stuff anymore.
I can't hear you. I'm so far away.
Also, you left
No
your spider
response.
up here.
We know you like mushrooms, but there has to be a limit.
So did all of the mushrooms disappear that Leaf had, or does Leaf still have
Yes.
some? Damn it.
No, all the mushrooms that were there are gone.
Damn it.
It ate all your mushrooms.
I was just gonna say fuck it and eat another mushroom.
Well, you're gonna eat something.
I mean, I already ate the demon's backhand.
And it appears
Gonna eat
behind
the other
you
one.
with a 21 to hit.
Damn it.
That
You ate one, yes, but what about second backhand?
that would be 13 damage.
Looks like I need to re-roll a character for next time.
Brenna, is that within 60 foot of you?
Hold on, I can't see it.
Oh, so never mind. It's your turn.
Well, I'm around a corner, so yeah, I probably can't see it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because if you cannot see it, then you cannot see it. Can you see it? Where you were?
No, it's I don't have dark vision, so I can't see down in
So, yeah.
in this area.
You
That's
currently.
good, I can see it.
Well,
You
yes.
forgot your torch.
You can see it.
I can see it, yeah.
Are you watching my stream?
No, I'm looking at Roll20. I
That's
can
weird.
see it right here.
That's weird. Because when I
Alright.
look at your view, it shows that you shouldn't be able to see it.
I don't know,
odd.
I'm seeing it. I saw it pop up right behind Leaf.
That's so
Brenna,
weird.
just target the sound of my annoying voice.
That's so weird. I mean, whatever. I don't care. But yeah,
I don't know.
that's just odd. But yeah. It is now your
Alright,
active
well,
turn.
let's start moving. I can see a corner of it now, so
Then you can.
I'm going to bonus action dash again. And I will throw a psychic blade at it.
Do it. As you do that, roll me an anxiety-free wisdom saving throw.
I wish I could roll an anxiety-free attack roll.
As you summon up the psychic blade, you get this slight flash in your brain for a moment. And then the dagger throws out, and you see this odd black energy sparkle in it. But you miss.
Alright, I'm gonna wipe the blood from my nose, and out loud, I'm just going to scream, guys, it's down here.
I noticed. He wants to be my friend and won't take no for an answer.
And stemming my nosebleed is the rest of my turn.
Okay. So then it's Ukrad's turn.
Okay, well, I guess I'm gonna follow up.
If you want, It is a 10-foot drop.
Well, here's what I'm gonna do.
You got this. Jump off that shit.
First thing I'm gonna do is... Okay. 2, 3... 1,
Listen,
2,
if you break your
3,
legs, the
4,
demon can't.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So... Yes, I'm gonna jump down.
Roll me athletics. I'm gonna move you on the other side of the wall to finish your movement.
Okay. 19.
Boom. That's a solid
that much-
fucking roll.
That much movement also involves having used Adrenaline Rush, which gives me 10 more temp HP. Brings me to 12. And then... So, action, we're gonna Booming Blade him. Theoretically. What the hell was that? No, why did it... Oh, because I'm on the wrong tab.
Haha.
I'll do it.
That'll teach
Okay, well, if he
you.
moves, we know how much damage he takes.
But
If I hit.
well,
19
a
to hit.
19 will hit.
Okay. And that's going to be 7 damage.
But
And then... Go ahead.
there's a reason why Booming Blade is very good for you.
Yes.
Because it's magical damage.
No, because his Warhammer Mastery does push.
So does that count? That doesn't count as movement for him, though, does it?
It's forced
Like, if he-
movement.
Yeah.
Does
change
Booming Blade say anything currently about forced movement or normal movement?
I thought it did. Let me find it.
I'm about to say, I don't know if it does. I thought it didn't, but I don't know.
That would be amazing if it didn't.
I assumed it didn't. That's why I was like, oh, that's cool. I like it.
Right.
It's-
That was the worst part about Booming Blade. in,
Right?
2014.
Right? So that's why I was like, oh, that's an awesome weapon mastery interaction. I didn't even realize I'm here for it. I was just accepting it.
the target willingly moves.
Oh, willingly moves. Fine.
Yeah. But, I mean, the good news is he's now... No, I'm thinking a sentry. He's not pinned in place, but if he moves, he takes damage.
Yeah.
And that means I don't have to disengage to keep moving.
Yeah, but I mean, just him not being there by itself does that.
Okay.
All right, so we'll say that.
So there's
But
the total of my movement, and that
If
is my-
Leaf can teleport away, then it has to move to attack somebody.
Yes.
Good call.
Look, I'm not saying it's a smart fight to be in, but I didn't expect the health bar to move as much as it did.
It's almost like it got to go invisible and just take a double move itself, and it can fly.
Yeah, and then get punted in the face by a...
I mean, it's done a decent amount of damage to Leaf. That's all I gotta say.
That's fair.
If Leaf was more the hero, he would tell you to fly, you fools. But Leaf wants to keep living.
That's what Ukrad did, but y'all were like, come on, run! Don't
Yeah,
make
I think
us by ourselves!
Leaf needs to find a wild shape that's nothing but a bag of hit points and transform.
I'm out of wild shapes.
Speaking of bag of hit points, it's Halberod's turn.
Yay! Also, awkward. I know someone who did that before. They came back 3 sessions later with a level up and a new set of armor. We're not letting you do that.
Jesus. Alright, so wait, I should. Jesus. So I should.
Move here. So,
That would have been.
can I actually see the demon now, or is it still I'm not supposed to?
No, you can see it right now. It became
Okay.
visible when it hit Leaf again.
Glad I'm playing my part.
Well, you're doing your part. I'm gonna do my part. I'm gonna think back to my training, point at it, and utter a few words of magic, and firebolt it in the face, which is gonna miss probably because it's a fucking 10.
I mean, just like your training days, you missed the target.
Look, it's been a while, okay? It happens to every caster. I'm very nervous right now, okay?
Firebolter! Nope, sorry, my bad. Alright. With that
That's all I can do.
epic display of prowess, it puts it at Acasio's turn.
I'm going to Zephyr Strike before my shot. Now I'm going to attempt to shoot him with my longbow. Is that a hit?
That is a hit.
Okay, so he's slowed by 10 feet. And he also takes 10 damage. 4, 4, 6 piercing. And then I can take movement without provoking opportunity attacks because of Zephyr Strike. So I'm going to take my full movement. And that ends my turn, please. What?
No, I like it. It was just and I'm done, please. Shoot in the face.
Maybe
I'm
the politest
done.
turn that we've ever had.
Instead, I shoot in the face.
If you don't mind, I would like to kill your beastie.
That puts it at Bo's turn.
Oh, I forgot I got 30 more feet. My bad. I only went 35.
Oh
There
yeah,
we go.
Zephyr
That's
Strike gives
better.
you the zoomies.
Yes, it does.
Mm-hmm.
Can I also give myself the zoomies? Feeling very inspired by Ocasio. I have a use versus cast for Long Strider. I assume one of them doesn't cost me a spell slot because it's once a long rest. So I will use that.
I don't even know.
It's my Elven Lineage spell. Anyway.
Let me take a look.
Typically, if it says use, that means you get a free use of it
Yeah,
for long.
it usually,
So-
you get one free.
So I have a use, so I'll use it on myself. And then, dang, I don't want to...
You get additional 10 movement speed.
So I have 45 movement speed. But that was an action, so I can only move 45 feet this round. Can I go, like, over the roots and around this path so that I'm not as close to the shadowy demon?
The only thing you're limited by is the drop. So if
Oh,
you can,
that's actually...
yeah,
There's more stairs below that I'm not seeing. Okay.
yeah. There's a wall that you can't get past because of the drop, but past that you should be able to move. Yes, you can get over those roots without really much concern. Like they're big.
Okay, then yes. If it's not too much damage or something, I'll jump down there and try and go around so that I can... Or no, if I'm down there, can I not see above?
I mean, if you're at the very bottom of the stairs, you can see up.
But if I'm to the right of that, I won't be able to.
You get a little bit. You can't see as well. Definitely.
All right, then. Give me half a second to play with this measuring thing.
It's a very simple way of doing the walls that makes it elevation, and I really enjoy doing it.
Oh man. If I move as far as I can go, I'll be very close to it.
I mean, you don't have to get, because you can go, like, one line in.
Oh, I can walk over that also. I guess.
Yeah,
I'm
that's what I was
going
saying.
by
Like,
the
you can
visual
go
of the
to
light, but-
this. You can go to just this or this line and go straight down. So you would go do 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 boop 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 boop.
Okay, so then yes, I would like to, and then an extra 10 feet from there.
Boop.
Yes, I'll move there.
So move there.
Sorry, I'm looking at your beautiful line.
I know, I'm holding it. That's what I mean. I'm just holding it for you. You should be able to move yourself.
So-called an Uber and expects you to take them to their destination.
And then 10 more. There you go.
Sasha, come with me.
Pork.
You're so inspirational, except when you're not.
It's like, fuck, what the fuck is this shit? Pork, the fuck!
All right.
That puts it at Leaf.
Leaf's gonna like look at the demon and be like, "Damn it! Stop trying to kill me. We both died last time." And, like face step away, and that is a wisdom saving throw on it, DC 13, or it is frightened of me until my
With
next
what?
turn. Wisdom saving throw. It's the winter face step.
Ah, okay. Where did it go? There it
Leaf's just making up stuff right now.
is.
You will be frightened of me. Damn it, you are not frightened of me. Okay, well, fine. Now you get to roll for Fairy Fire.
So Dex.
Let's see.
You hit
Yes,
find
Dex.
familiar instead of very fired, just in case you're one.
Well, they're right next to each other.
Oof.
And now I'm gonna walk 30 feet away.
Wait, I want to throw the sparkle.
Just trying to make you all pretty and sparkly.
Dope. That area all of a sudden sparkles, but it avoids the shadow demon.
But you can't avoid the glitter. Nothing can avoid the glitter. Alright, that's all Leaf can do. It's fine. Get it over with.
No,
Backhand from behind.
actually, it's more of. Damn it. You go in the back, yeah. Because it doesn't have as much movement because of the bow attack. That's actually the reason why it mattered.
It also takes its booming energy.
Yes, it does now. It takes. That's force? Is it?
Yes, force or thunder.
Thunder? Boo. So it was how much thunder?
5 is what rolled.
So not as much. I was hoping it was force.
Sorry, G.
So here we are.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Do you have a reaction? Ukrad.
I'm gonna look at.
They rolled a 1. Do you have
I know.
a reaction?
I was seeing if there was anything special I could do, but I'm just gonna have to hit it in the face.
I don't believe until theoretically you take Warcaster next level.
Okay. Well, that's a 20, so take 12 more
That'll
damage.
I wish it
Good
was
job,
12,
Ukrad.
buddy. I wish it was.
Oh, well. Theoretically 12. I don't get a magic damage bonus on that.
But 10 feet matters.
Through that.
So, gosh. Yeah. Because in all actuality, the 10 feet actually matters because the light being produced by these two matters. Because it still wanted to attack. Now it's Brenna's turn.
Okay, well, it's still within range, so let's go ahead and Psychic Blade that bitch.
I believe in you.
Hey, that may do it.
That'll hit. Don't get the extra, though.
No, but I do have Vex, so since I hit and dealt damage, I get advantage on my next attack before the end of my next turn. And I'm going to go ahead and bonus action attack it.
Boom. So, love the psychic. It just linked psychic blades. Ha-ha! Well, an 18 will hit.
And 18 will hit. So, 11 points of damage, all psychic.
I like it.
And I will then move down towards the stairwell and closer.
Okay. Ukrad.
Okay. I'm just looking at what. Okay. All my limited use stuff is pretty tapped. So we are going to move 10 feet and play more T-ball.
Well, I mean... So, 7 bludgeoning, which comes out to that number. And 10 foot.
4, I'm guessing.
Yep. You got it.
Because you always round up. Okay. And then I'm just going to move here to stay between this thing and Brenna.
She's scratching.
And that's really all I can do.
Oh.
I mean, I can summon my weapon, but it's already in my hand.
Yeah.
Just go for an intimidation. Just throw my hammer down on the ground and go, and then just make it appear back in my hand.
I like it. I like it.
Ooh, since I'm using Booming Blade, it'll just appear back in my hand in a bolt of lightning.
I'm totally here for it.
And that's my turn.
Hell yeah.
Okay. And that makes it Halbrod.
How's that thing reacting to the light that I'm just blasting at it?
It does not seem to be happy.
Cool. Well, I'm kind of stuck, so I might as well just go for broke. And I'm just gonna have arcane energy just appear in my hand as my greatsword just materializes, and I basically just start swinging into it right away with it.
Attack with advantage.
Oh, okay. Well.
Unfortunately, a 14 does not quite do it.
But graze, it still takes 2 damage.
2 damage of slashing, right?
Yes.
Take that.
I unfortunately already used my action surge, so
Womp.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm just gonna move over here, finish my 30 feet of movement.
All right.
And that's my turn.
Ocasio.
Did it disappear?
Nope. It's just out of your range because you're at the bottom of the steps and it is to the side.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna keep going then, I guess. I'm gonna crawl up out of this. I don't
Hello?
know. Wait, what happened?
Demon?
Are y'all still getting your... Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I have a lot of... I am going to... So, I still have an attack with advantage because of Zephyr Strike. I didn't use it last time. It says that I can use it before Zephyr Strike ends, which is a minute.
Mm-hmm.
So... Okay, there's a 15 hit.
That is the number.
Okay, so boom.
Yes, Grim, you weren't far off.
I was real fucking close. Damn.
All right, so 8 damage.
8 pierce.
And yeah, 8 pierce. And that's it. That's my turn.
Doesn't Zephyr Strike itself do damage?
I did it on my last turn. It's supposed
Oh.
to do it on the turn with
Gotcha.
advantage, but I didn't
Yeah,
read it properly.
that's fine. So it all works out. That's fine.
Yeah, yeah.
So you've gotten all of the effects. We've just accidentally split
Yeah,
up.
except for the speedy boyness. I still have speedy boyness and no attacks of opportunity for 10 rounds. Or 8 more rounds, I guess.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. All
So
right,
we're
ends
gonna
my
take
turn.
that off. And okay. Bo.
Okay, we're sort of on the offensive and nobody's doing too bad. So, yeah. Starry Wisp is just so much better than the short bow, and we've given up all pretenses of how much magic we are using right now. So, I'm just gonna Starry Wisp that guy and possibly illuminate him.
Okay.
Let me.
Ooh, that hits. So what is the effect on that?
Let me look at it real quick.
Oh my, radiant damage.
10-foot, yeah, radiant damage, and also, it will emit dim light until the end of my next turn. I don't remember why that's important, but light.
You can't go invisible again.
It
Right, so he can't-
screeches in horror as the radiant light hits it.
And also, light seems to be useful because I got advantage on the attack. So, if it makes the light as well, it's even better.
All right, and then I'm gonna book it slightly away, but still within view.
You said it emits bright or dim light.
Dim light in a 10-foot radius.
Gotcha.
It can't benefit from the invisible condition.
Well, it's good it specifically says
that.
Love to see it.
Because they definitely have the ability to hide in dim light. So
now Kate's gonna get ideas.
That's gonna make it Leaf's turn.
I guess fuck it, backup spell as always, and it misses.
You guys ain't got any luck with Firebolt today.
Nope.
2 for 2 on fails. And I am out of everything else.
He doesn't have a choice now.
Sure, he does.
No, he really doesn't.
No, look, there's many options.
You could choose to just fall over dead.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
I don't think a 15 hits you.
No, it just misses.
Yeah.
Wow.
The light gives him disadvantage.
Good.
He couldn't get far enough away from you with slow to not just be in the middle of all of you. So unfortunately, the light works. Brenna.
Alright. Can I use my bonus action to hide behind Ukrod?
Does the ability let you do it despite light conditions?
I think it just says as long as you're obscured by a creature larger than you.
That's why I'm asking, because I know it's a weird
I'm
racial.
looking it up right now.
Like, I'm literally just, I am falling to the raw of how the racial's written in this question.
You can take the hide action even when you are obscured only by a creature that is at least one size larger than you.
Boom. There we go. That's the raw.
Yeah, so unless you're medium, then we're good.
No, I'm small.
So that's what I mean. So yeah, you actually get it.
Okay, so bonus action to hide, attack with advantage. And I fucked it up.
Well, you tried.
I smack my arm on Ukrat's leg as I go to throw the blade.
Oh my god.
Ukrad, go kill that thing. Also, did it move? Didn't it? Wasn't it under Booming Blade again?
Was it?
It was, but has it moved since I hit it last? I don't
It did.
remember.
It did, yeah.
Okay, then it took more. God damn it! I must have hit the back button.
I was about to say, I didn't see the damage gun.
Yeah, well, it's not supposed to roll until
No, it's fine. Just give it to me.
I do. I'm working on it. I reloaded, unfortunately.
That'll teach you.
Spells. Booming. 5 again.
Nice.
It would be. But alright. Brenna went invisible, and then not invisible. Missed their attack. Is there anything else?
No, I'm gonna stay here.
Okay. Then Ukrad.
Okay. So I'm gonna actually change it up this turn, and I'm gonna hit it with my warhammer.
Well,
Do I have advantage because of the light? Is that a thing?
in this situation, yes.
Okay.
And remember, if you flank, we have, was it a +2 to hit as well?
Correct.
Oh shit! I meant to move first, but I still have advantage either way. So yes, 19 to hit,
Does hit.
6 damage. Well, I guess since I'm across from Halberod, it's not going to move
Left or right?
unless I.
Good side push.
Yeah. Left or right?
I was gonna say I could move it over or kick it over. Let's go right into
Alright.
the wall.
Brenna's like,
An hammer.
Actually, I was gonna say if you think it's gonna go over the wall, maybe move it towards me so that it can't be in darkness.
Yeah, good point.
I mean, if I could knock it, in my eyes, it doesn't go into the air as far as rules go. But if that is an option, I wanted to knock it over Halberad.
It can hover on its own movement,
Okay.
but I will allow the rule of cool.
Boom.
I feel like we're starting to kick its ass, and I don't want to knock it into darkness and it just drop one of us immediately.
Yeah.
I wonder who
'Cause,
that would be.
I was about to say it's possible.
Leaf is already fucked up.
It's very possible.
I am. So then I'm moving back to where I'm in front of Brenna.
Mhm.
I don't. With diagonal, I don't know if you want to count this as blocking her or if I need
Yeah.
to move here.
No, that's fine.
Okay. Either
Like,
way.
For her ability to hide, that'll still work.
I like that I was originally just role playing by getting in front of Brenna, but then I forgot she could hide behind me. So this is metagaming now.
Yeah, I'm here for it. I like being
Once you moved over, and I went, ooh. Brenna likes this game.
Well, eventually it won't be one target at a time.
Yeah, but this can be an even funnier game if you use archery. It'll just look like Ukrad is pissing arrows all the time.
I debated on giving you 2 of these, just so you know. But I realized that 2 of them would be a frightening upgrade.
we would have had to have a long rest before then.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, no. This one, like, if they get the mechanic, it can be easy. If they don't, it'll be a wreck. Here we are. Halbrod.
Well, I have so many options. I think I'm gonna swing at it
Gonna take
and
the
miss
smash.
terribly.
Well,
I cast melee attack.
I cast.
I cast steel, and
You
it's
don't
not
want to
very
cast
effective.
iron?
And you do 2 graze damage.
Yep.
All right. You do anything else?
I'm not moving. I'm not giving an attack opportunity. Fuck them.
Okay. Acasio.
Okay. I am going to swap back to Hunter's Mark. Why does it? Is there's something that does force damage with Hunter's Mark now? I don't know.
Yes.
If you hit it, it does that much force damage
Okay, that should.
on top of it.
Is it force, or is it supposed to be the same damage as what the thing does?
Nope.
It might be actually.
Doesn't matter. It's a miss.
Womp womp.
Yep.
If you have Zephyr Strike, can't you give yourself advantage?
Oh, she
I
would
did
have to
that
cast
last
it again.
turn.
Yeah, because she gave that to herself
Yeah.
already. You only get the
All right.
advantage ones.
Oh, it's not a concentration spell anymore?
No, it's so.
No, it is, but you only get that once. The only thing that you keep is the no opportunity attacks.
Yeah, that's how it's written.
Don't like it.
Okay. Hunter's Mark is force damage.
Oh, sweet.
I just checked on Aldrin.
Well, now it's Bo's turn.
So, Bo can make Starry Wisp from here because it's 60 feet. But first, they will turn to Sasha and look imploringly for some Borks of Wisdom.
I'm colorblind, kid. Let's see. No. 2. Boom.
Oh. Well, I'm still gonna start.
Sasha's freaking out, man.
That's a fucking demon, dude.
Sasha is not familiar with this level of fuckery.
What kind
Don't matter.
of fuckery is this?
The best kind.
Oh.
Well, at least I still hit it, which means dim light, which means non-invisible for until my turn.
Yeah, I was just hoping you were going to hit for more damage.
Yeah, me too, but...
As the light that you hit it with seems to make it recoil in extreme pain again. And then it is lit up slightly.
I think
Nudge.
seeing how damaged it is, if I can have like just a line between rounds, Hobart would say, "Don't whatever you do, if you kill it, don't fully destroy it. We need proof."
Leaf.
Alright, let's see. Leaf doesn't think Wither and Bloom is a good idea since it seems like a ghost who would not like necrotic damage. So Leaf's gonna go with Firebolt again.
$15 is the number.
So we've got 1 out of 3 on our Firebolts.
Yeah, see? 1 out of 3. 1 out of 3 ain't bad.
All right, that's it.
Well, I guess since they are stuck, and the 8 misses.
Yep.
Look at that extreme variance in roll.
I'm not complaining.
Yeah, the light has definitely helped you, because homie does 3d8 plus 3 damage on hit. That's why the stealth is insane, so he can come in and get advantage.
Mm-hmm.
So that makes it Brenna's turn.
Well, a wild Ukrad appeared in front of me, so let's go ahead and try to hide again.
Well, that's a hide.
Alright, so that means an attack with advantage.
It
Don't
goes.
fuck it up.
Don't fuck it up.
I fucked it up.
You fucked it up.
Damn it, Pocket Brenna.
You can. Still.
Yeah.
Oh, no, because that's your bonus. You're right.
Yeah, bonus to hide. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sacrificing an attack to get advantage.
Yeah. Womp womp. See, in this situation, with it being threatened, it's questionable. All right. That makes it Ukrad.
So, hear me out. Booming blade.
Okay. Okay. I like it. Different. Inspired.
Oh wait, did I have advantage?
In the light.
Yes. Okay. We'll just re-roll the attack.
Trust me, I would have dodged your light this whole time if not for that Starry Wisp. I was in for it.
14 doesn't work, huh?
Nope.
Okay. Well, then I whiffed.
Ugh. These whiffs.
Okay.
We have this thing so close, and we cannot kill it.
Correct. That is
DPK?
that is where you are right now. And if you don't kill it, I'm going to do something.
That's my turn. That's all I got.
Halbra.
Pressure on Rod.
Damn it! I should have moved opposite you for fun.
That's a hit.
I like that.
I like it.
Finally.
Any chance that magical sealed sword deals radiant damage?
How do you want to do it?
I would like the light that I cast on my hand, basically to like pour into the blade of the greatsword as I break it down, and I just bisect the fucking thing from the shoulder to the hip.
As the light slices through the demon, the pieces fall onto the floor, except for they don't make any sort of wet sound or even solid sound, as they seem to begin to fade away incorporeally. But you can hear a whisper. Freedom.
Okay, William Wallace.
Okay, that looked cool, but I think that might have been a bad idea to kill it.
Oh, it's dead?
It's dead.
Albrod, what have you done? All by yourself. And
Okay,
completely
I
responsible
had
for this.
quite a
I'm
bit
so
of
glad
help
you were
from
here to
everyone.
save us, Halberat. I'm so glad.
No, 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 no.
You deserve
no.
all the credit for this.
No. There was already
All
one that said
the
they would
credit.
see me soon. I don't need another one.
Hey, if that spirit was vengeful, at least they know who the big enemy is.
Right?
Yes, leave.
Just so
It was
there's
not the half orc.
no concern.
It was Halberat.
As the magic seems to fade and that demon goes away, everyone roll me perception. Bo?
Sorry, I looked at something else for a moment. What am I doing?
You're rolling me perception.
Perception.
Well, it seems to be a little bit easier for some of you with dark vision than others. But as the magic of this demon seems to fade, a slow light seems to grow back in the area that it was caged. It's almost just a soft glow within the almost dome that is left by this spider web of roots.
Did the mushrooms regrow?
No.
Damn it.
But as you begin to approach, you see a small chest that's been placed besides a massive skeleton with large curling horns.
I'm just gonna go ahead and cast a healing word on Leaf because I know he's about to head up there.
What are you talking about?
Just take your 5 hit points and shut up.
Fine, I'll healing word myself.
Now leave. We look, but we don't touch.
Where was
Or
that
eat.
chest again?
Listen. but
And we
don't
certainly don't eat.
Up here
They were delicious.
in the spider web dome. Here, I'll...
I guess I'll,
Would you like me to check that for traps?
I mean, I guess you can. I was going to use Mage Hand to open it.
Yeah,
Hearing traps.
investigation for traps.
Oh, just hides behind cover.
All right, give me investigation.
Looks all clear to me.
Cool. I'm going to open it.
When you're investigating it for traps, you don't see anything that seems to mark it as any sort of mechanism or trigger that you can see. But what you notice is that the latch on it is engraved with the symbol of a bow and arrow.
Maybe there's a nice new bow in here.
No, that means something to me. I don't know. Hopefully, it means something to Leaf.
Nope.
Yeah, I know, but you investigated. That's my point.
I did investigate it.
You did the investigation, so you noticed that. To Leaf, it's nothing. As you use your mage hand, the latch seems to open fairly easily. And then as it falls back, you hear in your ears, Leaf, the sound of 1,000 voices. And they go, "Good. Finally, you've awakened."
I've been awake for a little while.
No. Now you're really awake. Awake, awake, awake. Now you can hear us. Us.
Who is us?
All of us. Us. Inside you. You.
Are you like prior me's?
No. We are the essence. You took us in. Long ago. Go.
Are you all those mushrooms I've been eating?
Perception. Sometimes different than reality.
Hey guys, it's a talking chest.
Chest. Everyone
I
else,
agree.
it's just an
I've
empty
been up
chest.
for a while.
And you see nothing. And Leaf is just sitting there, like, looking around, talking.
I
In
agree, Leaf.
Halbrod's
You've been
head,
awake
I'm
for a
gonna
while.
say in Halbrod's head, I think you finally cracked.
Actually, your fucking connection's still going. You can hear this.
So why is the chest empty? You guys don't have anything in there
Oh.
for me?
Yeah, I forgot. Your thing is,
It
what,
is.
3 hours, you said?
4.
Yeah.
Then I suppose in Halbrod's head he'll just be hearing the conversation as well.
Oh, this is weird. This is weird. I don't like this. This
So
is
you
weird.
guys have like a fake like drawer or something in this chest, or are you really just empty?
As you look in the chest, you see a quiver that seems to be embossed with bronze trimming that has the symbol of the moon and a crossed bow and arrow. You see a ring that seems to be covered in symbols of all of the animals in some sort of druidic script. You see a weird ruby that seems to almost be embedded in some sort of cincture. But it's like it's meant to be socketed on something. And lastly, a cloak. It seems to be black on the outside and red on the in.
Leaf's gonna pick up the ring with all the animals on it and toss it to Bo. I don't know what this is, but it seems like it fits you.
I want to do a dexterity check to see if I can shrink because I'm so far away. But yes. Ooh.
How many items were there?
4.
How about this? I mean, if you can give me 45 minutes, and just to be safe, like 50 feet of safety. 'Cause I really don't know how this is gonna go. I could figure out what they do.
I mean, I guess we could do that. Maybe we could take a nice long rest while you do it.
Sure. I think we all need a bit of rest.
Yeah. You doing a short rest, a long rest here?
Wrong rest? I think it's a
I said a long.
wrong way
it
to
just
rest.
I'm gonna take a
no.
wrong rest.
There's no wrong way to rest.
Tell that to my back.
Yeah, you're not old enough if you're saying that.
I mean, I'll tell it, but I don't think it's gonna listen.
To me either, because it ain't listening to me.
I like to get my wild shapes back, so I'd like a long one.
Okay.
And
That's
my
why I
face
asked.
up and everything.
It seems strangely
Yeah.
peaceful down here now that everything's gone.
I still vote for keeping watch, just to be safe.
I agree. I can take first watch if anybody needs it.
Leaf will say that they'll take 2 and 3 as Leaf like falls over and starts like snoring for after getting like bitch slapped multiple times.
I'm gonna go inside the bubble if I can go through, because I know Leaf went through. If it lets me through, I'm gonna go in the bubble, and I'm gonna have Buddy take a nap on Leaf at this point.
Don't worry, I'm sending my
Yeah.
friend to help you.
Yay. Thanks. And I'm gonna just 4 times in a row ritual cast Identify. And hope nothing blows up again.
Nothing blows up.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
I have put in group loot what you identify. So about that long rest. What's that watch order?
I'm gonna take first watch.
Leaf will take 2 and 3.
How many watches are there?
I'll go with
3.
3 on the first one.
Oh, I like to wake up early and make breakfast. Hey, Ocasio, do you have a favorite breakfast?
They'll
Yeah, I
make
mean,
amazing dog biscuits.
Ooh,
I'm
yes,
quite a
but
fan of
also-
blood sausage. Eggs over medium. But I've drank too much wine, so I'm not taking any watches. Sorry, guys. Just wake me when the breakfast is ready.
Well, I don't have any fresh eggs. I think we have jerky.
You have
Could make
worm.
pancakes or. Huh?
You have worm.
Oh, I have pickled worm snake meat. It's like haddock, but more pickled worm snake.
I'm willing to give anything a try.
It's good with roasted mushrooms. I probably have some mushrooms on me.
This is such the delicious in dungeon moment, and I love everything about it. It's just, have you ever had pickled worm snake? Okay, sure, whatever.
I have 4 blocks of cheese, a pound of each spring vegetable, and I have listed onions, chard broccoli, carrots, asparagus, and spinach. So we could probably make that into something.
I have my fancy brie also.
So,
Also, that cloak is looking real nice.
well, you'll notice it's almost like those have to do with what you guys saw in a vision.
What vision?
Gift to the gods, I might say.
We didn't see a
Don't
vision.
you watch me near us? You went full Avatar state for several minutes.
I totally
And then
did
you
not.
fought a shadow demon. Totally unrelated.
Totally unrelated to the actual demon in the vision.
So, if I'm hearing this correctly, it sounds like Leaf and Brenna are first watch?
Ukrad is first.
Or Ukrad and Brenna are first watch. Leaf and who are second?
Third base.
And then Leaf and Bo are third watch.
I guess, does Halbrod want to do second?
Sure.
Okay. I had some plans for this.
So, practically speaking, what does the ruby do? Because I see it like you can use it as
So,
spellcasting focus.
technically, you can't cast a spell with a shield and a weapon. You have to balance them. You have to draw it. You have to switch between them. The ruby enables you to use the the sword as a spell focus, removing that need.
I'm definitely interested in that.
I was about to say, what it matters for is like further things when you're looking at buffing yourselves and doing more than one thing in a turn, really.
I mean, someone specifically said allows you to use the sword.
Well, I'm just saying that because it is very much an Eldritch Knight like item, but there's 2 of you, so that's why I'm like, no.
Yeah.
I literally was like, yeah, these are kind of themed for the gods, so have at it, guys. I don't know where these are gonna go. There's actually an even better item that you guys haven't done the mission for, and I'm wondering if you'll ever get to it. That I'm very curious to see who ends up taking should it come to it.
Me.
Well, it might be the reason I said sword.
Just kidding. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck it is. Is this the ocean or the sky or the sea, the stars?
This is a dream
all
sequence.
3? Oh, okay.
This is my generic, basically, this is my generic background now, so I can give certain people their dream sequences. without having to worry about, really pointing out that it's a dream sequence.
Yeah.
Brenna, you can have your cloak, but I request that you let me use it once to yell bat, and then turn into a bat and fly away.
Halbrod,
Yes.
as you fall asleep, you find your dreams to be restless. You find yourself back in that day. You're in a burning room. You recognize it instantly. You look over and you see Olin immersed in flames. His skin scalding as he screams for help. But in that moment, a sword appears of white, hot flame right at your feet. And just for a moment, it seems as though the flame stops. And you hear a whisper in your other ear. Pick it up.
I will reach out for it if I can.
You reach out, and as you do, your hand sears away, melting, and you watch as your now telltale hand disappears, giving you the scars that you have now. And you watch as the flames sear higher, burning your face, singeing your hair. And you feel a hand grab your shoulder. The hand is massive, and it sears your flesh as it touches you. I guess you weren't ready. You're not strong enough yet. And you wake up.
I think instinctively I'm gonna slide a hand under my elbow and check my shoulder.
High or low, Brenna?
Let's go low.
I'm like, that's a good question.
Privacy? Never heard of it.
You will kind of catch just the beginning of it. Just the image of the burning room and another figure covered in flames. And then the connection fades.
That is frustrating.
It's
Like power going out on a cliffhanger.
Mm-hmm. Imagine how Halberod feels.
Probably relieved.
Well, this is kind of like, half of this makes sense. Half of this, what the fuck?
Told you, I've had plans for a while. I just got to develop them more. As we turn, another person's dreams are a little disturbed for this portion. Leaf, you find yourself floating amongst a million twinkling lights. So, talk.
Hello?
Yes?
Who are you?
Yes? Well, we're you. But not.
But I'm me.
Yes. We are bound to you. You.
So are you like mushroom spores?
Yes. All of us. We are the portal.
A portal to what?
There. Home.
Where is there? To the Fae?
Yes.
How can I use you?
Use. You wish to open the last portent?
Potentially. How would I do that?
The capital.
So go to the capital?
Enemy.
There's an enemy at the capital?
Invasion. And you see as a light seems to swirl in front of you, and in it you see an image of a portal again, and people that look like you, and others that look like a million myriads of fey creatures walking through this portal. And you watch as the portal winks out, and the old spore druid is left standing alone. But you realize in this moment that he's not the spore druid yet. And then you watch as he begins to eat the mushrooms growing around the portal. And slowly, it begins to corrupt him. It takes hold. And the magic of the portal fades away and slowly glows within the spore druid. And then the light fades away again. Portent.
Okay. I might know what I need to do.
Good. But you can't take them all.
I can't bring them all back through the portal?
No. The enemy found the portent. The enemy opened the back door. The ancient enemy returns from the capital.
Who is this ancient enemy?
You still ask this? It's the demonic horde.
I'm sorry, I like getting verification.
Melchizedek is coming. And it ends.
Oh, I'm glad that wasn't a meaningful dream or anything.
Roll me perception checks for the first watch.
Okay, that's actually fitting because I think Brenna's mind is on not just everything that happened, but the Tesseract that's in her pack. And I think before she goes to bed, she's going to pull it out and look at it.
Okay. Let me switch tabs here. When you look at it, you again see this almost swirl of a galaxy that appears with a light on both ends of it. But this time,
That's a wrap.
the light that you saw previously seems to almost be blinking slightly.
And I've heard a voice come out of this before, right?
Mm-hmm. You kind of accidentally might have. Roll me Arcana. You've heard of astral projection before. With being some sort of budding psychic, it's possible that you projected into this cube. Roll me history. The rune items are usually categorized just by their type. They tap into elemental magics of some kind, making it possible for anybody to access that energy. But what's inside of this cube seems to be on another level. This seems to be something capable of lending an almost infinite amount of energy.
I'm going to, once the connection breaks between Leaf and Halbrod and I'm going to focus my mind into it and just think, my name is Brenna Lightstep. If you can hear me, who are you? Where are you from?
Your consciousness fades, and you find yourself again standing in front of an impossible maelstrom. And you see eyes as large as you open and look at you, focusing themselves for a moment. Brinna, how wonderful of you to ask, since you hold my domain. You may call me Araceli.
You live in this cube?
Live. I guess that's one way of viewing it. And you see as the maelstrom begins to condense itself, it almost seems to fold in on itself, condensing into a deeper and deeper hue, flashing with lightning, and you can watch as the storms inside of it seem to battle and intensify until in one moment it all changes into a blue light. Roll me. I will let you choose between Arcana or Religion.
Yeah, they're both the same, so I'm just gonna pick one.
A blue-skinned, almost giant of a man wearing voluminous pants stands towering before you as lightning seems to almost crackle about his eyes as he looks at you. This is where I am kept. A long, long time ago, the giants bound me here. Well, they bound me and my sister. Roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh no. Oh
leaving
no.
you.
You watch as this hand impossibly fast streaks towards you. But where it seems to grab you, it doesn't touch your skin. Or what would be your skin in this form. It instead seems to trace through you. And you can see as it pulls on this purple energy field that you've begin to associate with your psychic power. And you can watch as it pulls out this dark energy for a moment. And as they move their hand about, you can see as it begins to slowly coalesce into a large globule. It seems that you have been marked.
Mark for what?
Well, it seems that you are a bit of a tagging gun, if you will. It seems you've been feeding someone information. All of your little light shows have been sending information back to someone. You haven't run into somebody who'd want that sort of information, have you?
I'm sure there's quite a few people that would want that information from me.
How interesting. I can remove this for you, but you'll owe me.
I assume this is a later time higher price than I may wish to pay, but
Quid pro quo, I believe, is the simple term that people usually use for these sorts of things.
yes, but I like to do the spying. I don't like to be spied on.
Yes. Thus the conundrum you're faced with. So I simply end your time as a spy, and you hold on to this cube, and you try to find its sister.
I accept.
Wonderful. Inanna has been quiet for some time, and I worry. Bound as we are, I could still hear her. She was the lifeblood before. She made everything move. Wonders you cannot begin to understand. But after the explosion, we've all been scattered. Now she's been quiet for years, and I worry. But she is far from here.
Is there a way to track this domain's twin? Is there
You
a way to
watch
seek it?
again as the galaxy that you saw from the exterior appears. And you see as it imprints itself on the outline of Dargouth. Then you see where one of these lights lines up with you, and the other is over here. The other point seems to be flashing here.
Am I supposed to only see black?
Oh, you can't even see the map? Ugh. That sucks.
Zoom out, you might be able to see it.
Okay.
Because I believe you should have some outline. I don't know. Yeah. If you zoom out a whole lot, you can see that side of the country. Essentially the shadow of it. You should be able to. And it's like here. If not, what I will do here is I believe there was one of these had a map.
On the left side of the map.
Yes, but if you cannot see that at all, can you see the left side of the map?
I can't on
No,
roll
just-
20, but if I'm looking at your live stream, I can see.
Well, that works too, because I'm like, if all else fails, I can literally resend the image of just this map. Because, yeah, it's pinging the other side of the continent, and this is a perspective. This is a Christopher Columbus moment.
Looks like we're heading for India, boys.
Except for you have no concept of India.
Indiana?
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, well, that's like a whisper. That's like a rumor.
So seeing this and the impossibility of everything
Mm-hmm.
that has just flooded Brenna's mind, I would say that I probably did this closer to the end of our watch, and I'm
Yep.
gonna tuck this back in my pack, look at Ukrod, wipe another round of blood from my nose, and say, I hope breakfast has a lot of iron, and just pass out.
You will now no longer get a blood.
Oh boy, you're becoming used to having your mind invaded.
That worm is digging in pretty deep.
Hooray for me.
What? There was a reason why Father Fanarin told you that you were there to help the enemy. There was a reason he became possessed after Brenna's attack.
Good job, Brenna. Don't listen to the voices in your head. Listen to the voices inside mine.
I am the voices in my head.
I mean,
And I am listening to the ones in your head. And Halberod's, and
Halberod's got his own problems. For the
Sure, I don't know what you mean.
To be entirely honest, the rest of your watches go completely quiet. You realize that it's actually pretty quiet here because there was a fire, and animals probably don't want to come near that place that just went out and where there was a demon. Huh. Yeah.
Wait, there was a demon?
In the morning, though,
I mean, there
Halberod,
was, and then I hit it with a hammer.
you realize one thing, Halberod. There
Yes.
is no body left from what you killed.
Hmm.
But there is a massive skull in there.
There.
Ooh, dibs on the skull. I want to plant mushroom spores in its eye sockets and leave it for someone else to find.
Leave this is proof to the mayor that demons are a thing.
Yeah, but just let me have it. The spores will take a little while to grow. Hopefully by the time we, get back to town, the mushrooms will come out of it. It'll look way cooler.
Okay, which is more worrisome? A skull or a skull covered in mushrooms that make it look like it's been there for long?
What if they're really poisonous mushrooms?
I think most people are still going to associate the mushrooms with it's been there for a while, so it's not a problem right now.
Fine, have it your way. Is Halberod's
Also-
pack sitting on the ground, since we were having a rest?
I don't know.
Sure.
Leaf's gonna have some friendly little mushrooms start to it's gonna put some spores on the strap so they start to sprout in a week or two.
You can absorb all the mushrooms that were here before. So, I think we're good on mushrooms.
What are you talking about?
They're now speaking to him. It's fine.
I gestured to all the roots that had mushrooms before that are not there anymore. This?
Oh, you mean my friends?
The roots are your friends?
You
the
realize
mushroom.
that you did hear something talking to Leaf in that moment that you were connected to his brain and the treasure chest.
You talk to mushrooms?
They want me to open a portal so that my friends can come back through the portal. But my friends
I
are
think
being
you've had
hounded
enough
by
mushrooms.
demons.
I think you had enough mushrooms.
That was the most reassuring speech I think I've heard in a long time.
You don't see me judging you with how often you're over there polishing your sword.
This also gives an opportunity for those items to be handed out to whoever would need to, or, you know, if people need to bind to them in any way. Because there are definitely some other interesting things. I figured the ranger might like the quiver too.
Mm-hmm.
Put the ring on.
It's a
I was
hilarious.
gonna say, but
I love all of the
Oh.
items. They're all just fun.
I would definitely
would
put the
definitely
ring
like
on
to call-
before. But they are excited to make a breakfast for Ocasio.
Yeah.
Albrod, put the ruby on your shard blade. It will bind with you. And probably no one gets
Since I use psychic daggers now and have nothing to do with the 7 that are in my backpack, I'll use them to start chopping vegetables for Bo.
Well, I'm thinking, depending on your level of letting me have an egg substitute, I'll go one way, and if you won't let me have that, I'll go another way.
So which
You can
which
substitute blood for eggs.
Well, I don't know that Bo has
It's
a
not
collection
recommended, but you can do it.
of blood. Well, you can use aquafaba and other things as egg white or similar substitute. But also, I believe, or I'm getting this wrong, Ocasio mentioned an interest in blood sausage or black pudding, which I have made. So, Bo is themselves vegan. They're not against providing or cooking food for persons who eat animal products, but they won't source it themselves, so they're not going to look for eggs. But they will get some barley and some beans and some salt and marjoram, nutmeg, cinnamon, rosemary, and then, like, if you'll give me not an MSG, but like a kind of soy sauce. I know we're not in the East, but anyway, I need all those things to make a vegan blood pudding. And then if you'll let me have an egg substitute, I was going to make a frittata with vegetables that Brenna had.
I mean, it's just a matter of how you want to do it, because there's a number of egg substitutes that you technically can do with the time that you have and with your spice pouch. Because applesauce is an egg substitute, flaxseed can be an egg substitute. Like, there's a number of things that you could potentially use.
My
we
original
hear
thought
any
is
birds chirping?
aquafaba, which is like overboiled chickpea liquid. I want to make a frittata, so I need some potato starch, some aquafaba, some vegetables, and onion powder, and I can make a little baked egg dish for everyone.
So what I'm hearing
Specifically,
out
also,
of this,
yeah, I need to use almost all of my pouch uses.
and so if you need potato starch, then that means you're cutting up potatoes as well, and just using the starch water and everything.
Yeah.
So, sounds like some kind of potatoes, which are always good for everybody.
Can make some home fries with after. I'm gonna parboil the potatoes so that there's some starch water, and then I'm gonna fry the parboiled potatoes so that they're very soft home fries.
Wonderful.
I'll shred up some of the cheese too for the tates.
Of course, the halfling will show up for the potatoes.
Yeah, boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew.
Stick 'em up my ass.
And apparently add cheese. So, You have a hearty breakfast as some of you process your nightly dreams here in this burnt-out cavern that you find yourself in, knowing that you have impending times coming.
Guys, I made a deal with a creature I don't understand.
You did what?
Is that something you say mid-breakfast?
Are
No,
you
that's
mocking
something I'm
me, or are
saying
you
meta.
actually saying that you did that?
You totally didn't make a deal with a genie. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm not saying that out loud. I'm just saying meta game.
Are you like pulling an Ailer on us?
You don't know. That's the fun thing about my psychic abilities is I can read your mind. You can't necessarily read mine.
Yes, but the more you read my mind, probably the less you want to do it.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Wait, what if every time you had to every time you read my mind, you had to roll to see if you take like psychic damage? It's that bad.
I would have to find a way to become immune to psychic damage.
So, just so we could plan, are you guys planning to immediately go back to the mayor's?
I vote for that for sure. With the skull.
Okay.
I guess I don't see why not.
I mean, I should probably report what I saw. My superiors.
Well,
Where are your superiors, by the way?
here.
I just work for Allwald.
They're down here.
Okay, well, we'll go see them later. They're farther away.
About to say, don't worry. I made sure to make a night camp.
But they're near the capital, which is where I need to go to open my portal.
Well, they were referring to this.
Never mind, we need to go that way.
They were referring to those carvings that you saw about when the elves left from the elven or when the Fae left from the Fae capital over there in the Fae ruins. You know, the place where a big red portal opened and terrible things started coming through.
Well, how am I
Also,
supposed
can we
to know
go
which
1,000
they
miles
meant?
to the east for no reason whatsoever?
it's totally not important.
But if we open the portal, maybe we can get there. We don't know how portals
It's not
work.
important, but if we ever felt so inclined, could we travel east until it stops being the east?
But a portal would be faster.
Well, we will end then with the expectation of going to report, and I believe going to the knights after that.
Prepare yourself, Halbera.
Okay, so